look at Trump's leadership here, he's been calling this out pretty loud and clear. I'll give credit where it's due. Minnesota became a hub for this under very weak Democratic oversight. And his focus on fraud prevention and immigration enforcement is pragmatic here, too. And that's just what generally most Americans want. I mean, remove politics from this for a moment, and everyone agrees. We need to protect taxpayers and ensure that aid goes to people who truly need it, not to shell companies and lavish lifestyles.
Millions
but
upon
the immigration angle you also mentioned is very important. And I think it's also equally as important to say that while not every Somali American is involved, I mean, far from it, okay? The fact that many defendants are from that community genuinely highlights risks in unchecked resettlement programs. I mean, we welcome legal immigrants who assimilate and contribute to our society, but fraud like this, it just is unbelievable how quickly it erodes trust and burdens fellow citizens.
You got to watch this video, folks. I know you have, Rena, but there were child care centers, and within yards of each other with no children in it. And by the way, they taped up all their windows so no one could see in. How long has this been going on? The gross incompetence by anyone who's supposed to have oversight of where this money is going, they should all be prosecuted, not just thrown out of their jobs, prosecuted for fraud. Tim Walz should be prosecuted. He was warned, he was told about it, he ignored it. Why do we never see a politician, especially a governor or a high-level senator, U.S. congressperson, why don't we ever see them held accountable?
I really wish we saw this across the political spectrum. I don't care that Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota is a Democrat, but this is more than just egg on his face. This is a responsibility that was abdicated. I mean, his team spotted red flags years ago, but they dragged their feet on this because also they feared backlash. And that is just not leadership. It's putting politics over people. And the way I see it from my center-right viewpoint is that tough enforcement without scapegoating is possible here. But we can also have zero tolerance for waste, fraud, and abuse. And then there's also just a broader lesson here, right? This ties into national priorities. I mean, things like what the MAGA and America First crowds both agree on is drain the swamp in welfare programs, just like securing borders. So, I mean, when we talk about what President Trump wants from the federal level, this peace through strength abroad mirrors strength at home. I mean, cut the fraud, recover the money, and reform systems so that this never happens again.
Very quickly, it strikes all the boxes of America First movement, MAGA. You have immigrants that fail to assimilate. Maybe you have illegals also amongst them. The waste, fraud, and abuse that is just rampant in Democrat strongholds, Minnesota being one of them. And then you have a governor, a Democrat governor, who's turned his blind eye to that while he's trying to run for president. I think he tweeted something insane like Happy Catter Day on Saturday because it's Cat Saturday or something in the midst of a $8 or $9 billion fraud investigation. Incredibly, you're right. It plays right into the MAGA movement, doesn't it?
Exactly, it does. And it's so tone deaf to think that he would just sort of joke during a time where his leadership is frankly more than just under fire. I think the right thing for him to do would actually be to step down, but the Democrats can't afford any more L's right now. Sorry, they need more W's in the column there. And this is the part where I take off my political advisor hat, Eric. I mean, I have a lot of experience with this. As you know, I'm the daughter of legal immigrants. My dad came over in 1970, my mom in 1981 after they met when he was on vacation. And both of them taught America to me like it was a beautiful concept, an experiment, and that it was our job as individuals to go into society and learn how to be better members of that society and take what good values each immigrant can bring to this country and also take from society as well and put those back in sort of, again, the public square and say, we're going to strive to make this place a more perfect union, which is exactly what our founders wanted, right? Now you see a lot of these immigrants coming through, not wanting to learn English, believing that they can just, all they need to do is work here, send their money elsewhere.
And hide behind politicians like Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz, who give them free reign to act the way they want. Marina, I got to go. I appreciate appreciate your time. It's Relax Strategies, Rena Shah. Everyone, thank you so much for your time.